Happy Manga Monday! Welcome back for another haul video. This time there is a lot of first volumes again. If you watched my last haul video covering what I bought in July, so this month for August I went to AnimeNYC, which I should be doing a little vloggy and extra things that I bought video coming this weekend. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already to check that one out, and turn on all the notifications, the bells, the whistles, like this video, you know, all the things. But yeah, so I bought a lot of first volumes at AnimeNYC, not gonna lie. Overall, I think it's still a smaller haul than last month's, but I mean, not drastically. Who are we getting here? So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the first volumes first. All the first volumes I picked up before AnimeNYC, and then the ones I picked up there, and yeah, go from there. Let's begin with Sugi Project. So this is a sci-fi dystopian one that I picked up for a first volumes review video coming in September. I hope you all are looking forward to that. And yeah, I have a few more in my cart that I might be making my first September purchases with. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it soon. Next up, we have the super adorable Papait Attract. I mean, I love opposite attract romance. I really love dogs. Now, I will say I'm more of a cat person, but I'm a dog lover, okay? Caveat. And reading about cute fluffy dogs is so much fun. It's so heartwarming. And this little adorable couple, I think they're gonna be really cute too. And yeah, I mean, it says it on the back, a fluffy feel-good romance for dog owners and admirers alike. So yeah, if you want something cute, wholesome, and fluffy, then I'd recommend this one. Next up, one that is definitely not cute and fluffy. I grabbed Revenge Mrs. Wrong Volume 1 and Volume 2 because they were pair deal in my manga store for half off. And I was curious, okay? I'm always curious about the steamship titles. I'm just not always happy about them. Have I got into this one? No. I did take a little peek-see, and I don't know if this vibe is for me. It feels very Fatal Attraction-esque, if you know, you know. Which I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm not going to count it out until I've actually read it. I just am hesitant to actually read it. But yeah, if you have read it, let me know what your thoughts are on this one below. And I did actually order one more steamship title. This one was a pre-order, okay? And it's just because I'm sick and fucking twisted, I swear to God. And that is Alpha Wolf Girl X Omega Wolf Boy. Why is it wolf? I'm not 100% sure, because they don't got no ears, and I would be happy if they did get some ears, but there is no cute little wolfy ears. Yeah, but they are in one of those worlds where there's like alphas and omegas, and I had only ever seen this in BL. So this was interesting. And the wolf girl, very interesting. I don't know how to feel about it still, and I read it quite a while ago. I definitely don't recommend this if you don't like triggering topics. The story starts out, I'll just say, with the boy thinking the girl is the Omega, trying to teach her a lesson by, I don't know if he's gonna go all the way or just assault. Either way, attempted R-wording someone or scaring someone by assaulting them is not cool. And then instead she gets the upper hand on him because actually, oh, he's an Omega and she's an Alpha. She was just hiding her identity. And so to get back at him, teach him a lesson, for funsies. I mean, it's all kind of muddied. She R-words him. Not a good start. You know, not for a lot of people probably, to be honest with you. But I can't say I hated this one. It's kind of like Just Before You Discard Me. The previous steamship title I said was problematic, but I liked a lot. This one I didn't like as much as that one. It suckered me in. I am intrigued. I will get the next volume. I just don't recommend it because it's a lot and it's weird and it's very possibly triggering to a lot of people. So yeah, just be mindful about that. And yeah, let's say I like it. I'm not saying I disliked it. I'm so problematic. I know. I know. Moving on. Last up for manga first volumes I got that weren't from AnimeNYC is The Tree of Death, Yomo Tsuhegui? You know, it's we're just gonna call it The Tree of Death Volume 1. Yeah, I really just was intrigued by this cover. We got like a Cthulhu type looking creature and I was digging the dark fantasy vibes. This one is a revenge story and definitely has a out there fantastical concept about this fruit of immortality. So yeah, it's interesting. It's also only 3 volumes, so I'm very curious how this story is going to play out. But I'm definitely along for the ride. I might be talking about it though more in depth in another video coming up later this month. So that's all I'll say on that. Alrighty, on to the first volumes I bought at the convention. So manga first volumes part 2? Question mark? I have to admit I bought the most at Yen Press's booth. They had a lot of new first volumes that I hadn't picked up already, some of which I found out aren't even coming out until later this month in September. But they were there and I was curious, so I grabbed them and we'll just start there. First off, I got In Another World, My Sister Stole My Name. So I was hesitant about pre-ordering this one, but when I saw at their booth, I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to read it. And I was hesitant because I'd recently bought a title that had a kind of similar plot where the sister is like scheming behind the scenes and crap like that. And I didn't really care for that volume, but this one, I really liked it. I really did. I think there's a really good mystery element. There's the sister betrayal part, which is really interesting. And I hope leads to more nuance, like look at their relationship, because so far we haven't gotten that much. Yeah, I think that'll be an interesting element. And of course, I like this cold, dark prince that we get introduced to as well. I'm excited to read more. I tried to find more online to read, but I couldn't, so I was unsuccessful and I'm sad. But I'll be eagerly awaiting the next volume for sure. Another first volume that I really, really, really adored was Pink and Habanero. I just looked at this and was like, pink cutesy shoujo vibes, let me pick it up. Shoujo for me, always been hit or miss. I either love the heroine or I just find them kind of whatevs. This one, I really loved her. I love them. I think their relationship is so cute. I did find more volumes online and I read them all. I read all the available chapters. I'm so excited. I mean, I hope it doesn't drag on too long, because that is another problem with me in shoujos, is that they kind of just go on forever. But on the other side, I could not get enough of them. I just really thought they were so cute and funny and charming, and yeah, I really enjoyed reading this one. So if you like romance, I recommend picking it up because it comes out later this September. And yeah, hopefully you'll like it as much as I did. The third romance I definitely really enjoyed and has more of that fantasy element in it again is The Hachioji specialty, Tengu's Love. This one was just like super sweet and wholesome and slice of life vibes of this Tengu who had previously met this human, possibly, you know, saved his life when he was a kid. It's not been too fleshed out yet, a little bit of mystery, and she warns him to stay away, but he ends up like kind of remembering something and wandering back. And I guess that made it 3 meetings, and I guess for Tengu law, this means that they should now be wed. I don't know. But, you know, it's kind of that forced marriage, fated partners kind of trope. And he pretty much just says to her, you know, you should live your life the way you want. And she's really interested in the human world. So she's like, oh, okay, I'll live with you. And like, you know, train to be a good wife. And he's kind of not on board, but, you know, begrudgingly lets her stay type of thing. And she tries cup ramen and just wholesome, cute vibes with that fantasy element. And yeah, blushy faces and just melts my heart. Just cute as can be. And then the last romance I picked up at Yen Press's booth is Spring Storm and Monster. So this one is very much giving the tropes of mint chocolate, marmalade boy. If you know, you know. If you don't, forced proximity, parents remarrying, and you get a new brother. And he's a cutie, and there's complicated feelings that go with living together with a guy that you may or may not be intrigued by. So yeah, it's not my favorite out of all the romances that I picked up. To me, it's the weakest, but I still really thought it was cute. Like, he's intriguing, he's got a dark backstory. I love me a sad boy, you know, with a tragic backstory. And yeah, so I didn't dislike it, but I just a little less in love with it than the other 3 I read, but still promising, still angsty romance drama vibes, which I like. So I am excited to read more of this one as well. And last up for the first volume manga from Yen Press is Togen Anki, Legend of the Cursed Blood. So I actually had read some of this online a while ago. Honestly, when they were like describing the plot, I was like, maybe I didn't read this, but I recognized the sensei with the 2 lines on his face. So I'm like, I did read this, but like nothing about it sounded familiar. So obviously it didn't stick with me that well. But I liked it enough. It was just that I was reading it online and I get kind of bored easily sometimes when that happens. But yeah, anyway, they have weird like blood powers, I believe, and very shonen vibes. So yeah, if you like you know, more action fighting style series, then you might enjoy this one. And yeah, I'm excited to reread it again since it'll be like a brand new story to me. Next up, I bought some first volumes from One Piece Books. So they had an awesome deal, I thought. That was $5 a book. Unfortunately, I had bought most of their first volumes, but I did pick up a couple more that I hadn't yet taken a chance on. And this first one was my absolute favorite of them. It Takes Two Tomorrow Too. I really enjoyed this one. I didn't know that I would, which is why I hadn't picked it up yet, because it's about a couple who have just started living together and just like their day-to-day lives navigating the world of living with your significant other. It's simple, but would I be invested in it? I wasn't sure, but I totally am. This couple is so stinking cute. I loved their chemistry, their banter, their just cute moments, the funny moments, the pretty realistic relationship vibes. Like, I don't know, it took me by surprise and I absolutely had a blast with it. I think these are just 2 cute, newly like taking it to the next level in the relationship, fun and sweet vibes. The other one that the guy kind of talked me into was Heya Hero. After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. He was like, it's really wholesome, like there's no ecchi or anything, which is true, there isn't. It's still weird. Like, he is very good, and I'm gonna say in parentheses, so far. He's very good at being a respectable adult who is not taking advantage of this wayward teenager. However, I'm always on guard and nervous about situations like this. Like, it's a romance, so like, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I actually really like his coworker the most, not his boss, because she's kind of a B word, in my opinion so far. We'll see. She could change. We could learn more about her, but I didn't like her. I wasn't a fan. But I like his coworker. She's just earnest and cute. And I mean, I like the runaway schoolgirl, and I'm interested to know what happened for her to like be in this situation. But at the same time, I just don't really want them to become a thing, even if it's a very slow and sweet progression. But it just feels like inevitably it will. But I don't know. I'm hesitantly optimistic about this. I did think it was cute. I did like the first volume, but yeah, I'm not sure on it. And lastly, I grabbed Kurokiaan Wants to Lead Him Around by the Nose. This is another cute like Gyaru and straight-laced student pairing, except for they knew each other and were in the same class in elementary school, so they have like this little foundation, and you get inner dialogue from both of them, and it's just very wholesome and cute. However, I'm not sure I'm like the biggest fan of Rue, the Gyaru girl. I don't know why I didn't like fully warm up to her. Like, I didn't dislike her. I just like kind of found her annoying at times, where usually I like the teasing, fun protagonist girl. Yeah, like I overall didn't hate their vibe. Like, they were cute, and I feel like they could grow on me more as it goes on, but I'm just not like immediately like in love with that couple, but we shall see. Next up, I got just a few Webtoon volumes. So again, I'll start with the first volumes I got that are not from the convention. There's only 2 of them that I didn't get from the convention, and first up is No Love Zone. I do love a office place romance, and you know, BLs of course. So yeah, I definitely am excited to read this. I haven't read it yet, but yes, very much excited. It looks really cute. The other one I did read, and that is Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. So I wasn't 100% sold on the cover. I guess it just wasn't speaking to me, but I did look it up, and the artwork is very pretty, and so I was like, oh, okay, like, don't judge a book by its cover, Zoe. And it's great. Of course, it's also a villainous story, and yeah, so it didn't take much to convince me to pick it up, obviously. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. My friend also had read all of it online, and she said it was great, so I'm very excited for this one. But yeah, it's just the villainous story that she was framed for jealously poisoning the princess and ends up taking her own life, only to reawaken at an earlier point in time, and is of course determined to get a better ending this time around. And it's got her father's protege, this mysterious dude who is not too keen on her. You know, it's just all the trademarks of a title that is just right up my alley, and it definitely did not disappoint. Next up are all the first volumes I got at the convention. So I had been really dying for some of these titles when I tell you that I picked up almost every single one of Aloha Comics webtoons. I've been wanting them all. So yeah, first up I got Nirvana in Fires. This one's a period piece one and BL. They're all BL. And I absolutely really enjoy the art. It's very much like a different vibe. If you can see, like it's a softer kind of artwork. I like it. It's nice. Yeah, I don't know too much about the story. There's rivalries and people using people as pawns perhaps, and you know, possibly sacrificing one's affections and putting one's life at risk to achieve his goals. So it sounds intense and epic based on the back and what little words jumped out at me. So yeah. Next up, Here You Are. So I had seen this one floating around a while now. So yeah, this one again, the back reads opposites attract, and I'm like, oh yes, then this is for me. Gimme, gimme. And again, like I said, I'd been seeing it around for so long that I was already intrigued. I just never ended up reading it online. But now I have a chance to read it in print, so thank you, Aloha Comics. And another one that I am super, super excited to now read in print, Link Click. Ooh, look at those covers. They're so beautiful. So yeah, I grabbed 1 and 2 because they had both of them and I couldn't resist. I am so excited to read this one. I do really still need to watch the, I think it's a Chinese anime. But I haven't yet. I have a giant acrylic of them and yet I haven't watched it. I know, I'm ridiculous, but these boys look so cute. I know there's like a fantasy supernatural element to it. And yeah, I'm just like, I'm really excited to read this one. And I'm really excited to like be able to dive in with the first 2 volumes. So yeah. On top of that, because I bought X amount from them, they also threw in Something Important, which is like this very thin little one-shot that I am intrigued to read. And looks very cute, looks very office romance, which I'm so into. Moving back to the Yen Press booth. I did buy 1 more webtoon, but I also went to the Yen Press panel and they gave away 2 books and one of them I'd already bought. So I picked the other one, which just so happened to be Finding Camellia. And this is like one of those hiding your identity. Camellia is forced to play the role of this family's second son and disguise herself as a boy. So yeah, I'm not always the biggest fan of the gender swapping shenanigans, but sometimes it is fun. And I mean, it was a free book, so hello, I'd be stupid to pass it up. Like, I'm gonna read it now, like for sure. So thanks, Yen Press. I had fun at the panel and I appreciate the gift. I mean, everyone received one that went to the panel. I'm not special, but you know, it's still really cool. And the last webtoon that I bought, and I bought from the Yen Press booth, was the 2nd volume of Tied to You. Now, there wasn't a lot of 2nd volumes available at the convention, which is why I ended up buying so many first volumes, but they did have this 2nd volume and I'd really enjoyed the 1st volume, which Yen Press did reach out and send to me as a creator, so I really appreciated that. And I really want to support the story more going forward, and I love me a little red thread of fate and a love triangle, spicy little love triangle going on there. So yeah, I'm very excited to read on in this BL, so yeah. So that'll do it for the first volumes and webtoons, and next up we'll just do continuing series because why not? We're on a roll, right? First up, I got in Gravitation, the 2nd collector's edition. I'm very much looking forward to reading this. I do think it's going to be one I wait until it's all out before reading, just since it's already all been published before and just being republished. I figured it'll be pretty quickly, you know, churned out, and then I can just enjoy it at my leisure. But yeah, I'm excited this classic is getting a reprint and I'm excited to read it. So this month I had a ton of new volumes come out of some of my favorite series, so I'm just gonna quickly go through them. I got Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, volume 17. Look at her being a little shy. I got Zom 100, volume 15. I'm so excited. I have a couple volumes I've saved up to read just in time for spooky season. I just love getting a little dose of Zom 100, you know, around the month of October. I got volume 2 of The Fragrant Flower, Blooms with Dignity. These two are so cute. I loved volume 2. We're getting a wider cast of characters introduced into the mix, and I am very okay with that. I got Windbreaker, volume 7. Mwah, chef's kiss, no notes. It's just fun time. It's beat 'em up fun times. And a surprise, one that I wasn't 100% sure that I had pre-ordered, I mean, from the sadly now defunct Right Stuff, is one that actually showed up on my door this month. Magus of the Library, volume 7. Underrated, gem of a series. You should check it out. And I honestly thought I had pre-ordered this, and then I saw something where it would come out in May, like in July I saw it, and I was like, maybe I didn't pre-order it. So I put it on my wish list to like buy it, and then I ended up not buying it, luckily, earlier this month when I went to the manga store. And then it like arrived like 4 days later, and I was like, whew, dodged a bullet there. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. I recommend, even though it took them forever to get me my copy, now I have it, so yay! Also, the latest volume of Welcome to Demon School Aruma-kun. We're already on volume 9. So much cuteness, so much fantasy, so much fun vibes. Also, You and I Are Polar Opposites, volume 2. Very cute. Again, we're kind of expanding on the cast of characters, and I am liking everyone they introduced, and they're so cute and quirky and funny in their own right. So another good solid volume of this one. I also grabbed The Most Notorious Talker Runs the World's Greatest Clan, volume 7. Another good volume. Noel is up to more nefarious, no good scheming in this volume, and I just really love his mind games and the way he just reads people. It just it's good. But yeah, high-powered action, and another great installment. One that I actually haven't gotten to reading yet because it came literally just like 2 days ago, and I have had a very busy weekend, is A White Rose in Bloom, volume 3. This is a all-girls school Yuri, and I absolutely really loved the first 2 volumes. It took forever for this volume to come out, but I am super looking forward to reading it. I also got in volume 3 of Neighborhood Story. Oh my god, another just adorably cute and colorful cover and back cover. But yeah, I highly recommend picking up any of Ayazawa's works. I'm so excited for, I believe it's called Last Quartet, that is coming out this September. I'm just so blessed by all the Ayazawa titles finally being released here, so yay! I love the mangaka, so highly recommend. Also got Friday at the Atelier volume 2. I enjoyed volume 1. I was a little on the fence, like not like super obsessed with it, but I enjoyed it enough that I wanted to pick up volume 2 and see how my feelings develop from here. Again, this came in pretty recently, haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to reading it. And then some older, slightly older releases that I just hadn't picked up until this month that I grabbed. I think I grabbed them all at the manga store when I went with my friend who visited from out of town. That was super fun. But first up, I grabbed Kaiju Girl Caramelize volume 7. I just hadn't grabbed this newest release of this series, and it was on sale. Like, it was in the sale area for 50% off, and I was like, awesome. awesome. Like, I love when that happens. So yeah, very stoked to have found that. I also grabbed the second volume of Tales of the Tendo Family, the very much more dark, dramatic romance vibes. But yeah. Last but not least of the ongoing series, I did have to pick up for the upcoming fall because I really love reading mystery, like anything in the mystery genre in fall especially. So I knew I had to get back up to date with Usatoki Rhetoric. So I got volume 5, she's so cute. Then I got volume 6, so pretty and purple. And then the most beautiful cover of them all, volume 7. I mean, how could I resist? I was like, well, guess I gotta get caught up because I'm not leaving this beautiful volume behind. But yeah, I'm just so excited to read more of the series. I do like reading them in chunks. I read like the first 4 volumes, like kind of in a chunk last September to November, sometime around there. But yeah, I enjoy reading my mysteries around the fall season, and this cover just screams fall. So yeah, I'm super excited. And yeah, that is all of the ongoing series, but I do have one that I don't know really what category to put it in, so I'm just gonna add it right here as an extra category, and that is The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, volume 9.5. This is a short story collection that is all based on the characters of this series, but like following just little side quests and stories that they got up to in between the pages of the ongoing series itself, I guess. I don't know, I don't know very many like half volumes being released here, so this was very exciting to see, and especially because I just love this series so much. So give me more of them. Sure, I'm happy, thank you. But yeah, I'll just put that right here because I didn't know where else to put it. But yeah, cute chibis on the cover and just very adorable. I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to just relax, hopefully have a moment to relax and read it soon. Next up, I have just one in the category of finished series. This has not been the best month, I suppose, for finishing series from me. So yeah, the only one I finished is the final volume of J.K. Haru is a Sex Worker in Another World, volume 7. So this is the final volume, and I have mixed feelings about it. I won't get into it here, but why is it open-ended? It pains me. Yeah, I have complicated feelings about this one. My final category is one-shots, and they're all BL. So first up, the last volume I got from the Unpress's booth, Senpai, This Can't Be Love. I was a little confused to see this be a standalone because I swear I've seen 2 volumes in Japanese, one with like him on the cover and one with the other guy on the cover, and they kind of mirror each other. So question mark, I am confusion. I don't know if they'll be releasing the other one as, you know, a sequel, but also a standalone or whatever. They always do weird things, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I really like this one. I read it online, so I was gonna pick it up regardless, but I am confused because I thought there was more to it than just this. But yeah, anyway, very cute office romance, and like he's working for like his idol that he looked up to in the job sphere. So yeah, it's got extra little layer to it, but you know, just cute and sweet. Next up, I did buy 2 one-shots from the Kuma booth. The first one, I didn't dislike it, but I wouldn't say I was like over the moon about it, and that is Qualia Under the Snow. Definitely gives me some lovely winter vibes, and yeah, I didn't dislike it. I thought it was cute, very slow burn, nice build up of them getting to know each other. It's just, that's kind of like all it is too, I guess. I wanted more of their actual relationship. But yeah, all in all, it's just sweet and wholesome vibes, and yeah, good slice of life story, I suppose. And the other one, which I really enjoyed a lot, Spread Your Wings and Fly. It was really cute. The art was really nice. And I was intrigued because the one guy, he had some strange stalker energy, and again, I'm not really sure if he was, or I don't know, it's a little bit of a morally gray character, but I really liked their relationship progression. It was cute, there was a misunderstanding, but overall they were cute, and they bonded over their shared college program that they were in. It's like, you know, a specialty, how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Like, they had a special program that they were in, and so they had a lot in common. But yeah, it was a little bit morally gray, a little bit angsty, but steamy and spicy, and yeah, just a pretty good read. Pretty good. And the last one I read was definitely my favorite one so far, and that is It's Still Too Early to Love. It's so thin, I was like, no way am I gonna love this one. I really love this one. So these are original publications by Kinokuniya, and I don't know how much they're gonna print, but they've been printing some standalone BLs pretty regularly. And a friend of mine, Katie, she asked if I was going to AnimeNYC if I could pick her up some of these newer boys love titles. And when I was there, I grabbed this one that hadn't been in stock when I bought the other one that they had printed, like the first two BLs they had printed. But yeah, anyway, I'm very excited that I got my hands on it, and I really loved it. I don't know how they were able to accomplish such a good relationship and story in such a small volume, but I even love the side characters. Like, I'm like, what is going on here? But yeah, it's just great. Top tier, no notes. A+ from me. Last up are for the newest Kinokuniya's standalone BL releases that she asked me to pick up for her. I mean, I couldn't resist also buying them for myself, you know? So I did do that. I haven't read them yet. I'm kind of hoping to buddy read some of them with her. That would be really fun. First up, we have some lovely summer vibes with this title, See You Later Mermaid. I know summer's technically ending, but they also have winter coats, so I feel like it's a good summer into fall, you know? I'm excited to read this one. Love me some fantasy in my romance, especially. Next is a Omegaverse one, which if you know me, you know I'm always a little weary of the Omegaverse ones, but she's a thick volume, and I'm hoping for the best. That is Rebirth, and it also has a lot to do with police inspectors and Omega murders. So I was very much like on the fence with this one until I read that on the synopsis, and I was like, oh, I am always a fan of a little police detective murder mystery in my romance. So yeah, I'm intrigued and I'm optimistic about this one. And the last two, we have Link and Ring, which just seems to be a run-of-the-mill college first love romance and dealing with issues of jealousy and possessiveness. And so yeah, could be good, could be same old same, we shall see. And finally, Setagaya Synchronicity. Oh my gosh, sorry, that was really hard to read, so I had to read before I could show you the cover up close. So this one seems a bit interesting. Again, maybe a little morally gray character afoot here. We have these coincidences where this guy keeps showing up to his part-time job, and then he ends up being his new roommate and becoming more and more entangled in his life. So yeah, I mean, I'm always a sucker for a sad boy on the cover, like some crying. That just gives me the feel that there's gonna be some nice angst in there. So I'm like, I want to see the pain. No. I swear, I'm okay. But yeah, I am intrigued by all of these, and I'm just really excited with all the new releases that I was able to pick up at AnimeNYC, and that'll do it. That is my haul. I am really looking forward to giving you a little glimpse into my experience at the convention and the extra little goodies that weren't manga volumes that I picked up while I was there, or that I got as freebies, because I got some of them for free, which was cool. But yeah, I hope to be sharing that with you later this week. Check out my community board for updates on when that video will be dropping. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this haul video as always, and I hope you look forward to my next video. Until then, bye!